Don't you worry about a thing. All right, we've got to go then. It's 1 minute to 6. Don't be dazed or confused.
I'm Mike Powell.
Not yet, Mike. It's going to be Adele Roberts. After Mike's done the news, I'm back tomorrow at 2 p.m. with Paul Oakenfield, superstar DJ, and the brilliant Chris Packard. Good evening.
BBC News at 6 o'clock. I'm Mike Powell. Police in Liverpool have released the name of a man who's believed to have been the target of a gunman who shot dead a 9-year-old girl in her home. Joseph Nee, who's been arrested, was wounded during the incident and is being treated in hospital. He was out of prison on licence and will be returned to serve the rest of his sentence. Police have appealed to criminals to come forward with information about the death of Olivia Pratt-Corbell. Detective Chief Superintendent Mark Cameen from Merseyside Police praised the public response so far.
People are starting to come forward with some names. This is fantastic. If you're out there and you're unsure about whether you should give information, and maybe you're listening to this interview and think, oh, somebody's already given a name, I don't need to give my information, please don't fall into that trap. We need everybody to come forward. We need everybody to stand united, side by side with us, the police, to identify those responsible, gain the evidence and bring them to justice.
Boris Johnson has pledged a £54 million package of military aid for Ukraine during a surprise visit to Kyiv. The Prime Minister made the announcement as the country celebrated 31 years of independence from the Soviet Union. Standing next to Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, Mr Johnson said that unity among Western countries was growing. Ukrainian MP Kira Rudik says her country will not allow Russia to succeed.
We are a sovereign state. Why should there be a compromise with somebody who went in and took some of our territories? Is it how we as a democratic community going to let this happen? No. We will regain our sovereignty, we will fight for our freedom, and our major goal is to make sure that Russia will not be able to attack us again.
President Biden has confirmed that the US is to provide Ukraine with its largest single package of military aid worth more than £2.5 billion. Mr Biden said the money to fund air defence systems, artillery, ammunition and radars would ensure that Ukraine could continue to defend itself over the long term. Most NHS hospital and care home staff in England with no COVID symptoms will no longer be required to take a test from the end of this month. The Department of Health said testing would remain in place for people with no symptoms who were admitted to hospices and for those going into care homes. Eurotunnel has resumed its services after a train got stuck under the English Channel yesterday afternoon, leaving passengers stranded for hours in a service tunnel. The company says the train was evacuated after an alarm went off and has promised to pay compensation. Rachel Thine was on the train.
They're not knowing what was wrong, what was going to happen. You know, the out of the blue, just take your essential items, just I think filled everyone with panic. We waited for quite a long time in one of the carriages before they got us out into the evacuation tunnel, and then we had to walk the length of the train to get on another train, and then that one stopped and that ground to a halt as well.
The weather, a largely dry evening across England and Wales before sharp showers with the risk of thunder arrive in the southeast overnight. Scotland and Northern Ireland mostly clear with the odd shower. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 6.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Steve.
Adele Roberts on BBC Radio 2.
Hello, it's Adele Roberts in for Sarah. Hope you're good. Let's begin now with Jess Glynn. This is Hold My Hand. Lovely show lined up for you. Stay right there.
Standing in a crowded room and I can't see your face. Put your arms around me, tell me everything